Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Zohar Ahmed Chaudhary Stadium here in Chittagong. The second half of the match between Rangpur Riders and Chittagong Vikings. Match number 15. Halfway through. Going to be an interesting second half. The target of 112. Rangpur Riders need to win, having restricted the Chittagong Vikings to just 111 in their 20 overs. The support there, disappointed with the performance of the local team, but the crowd here very enthusiastic, very colourful, hoping that the bowlers can make an impression. Tamim Iqbal has got his work cut out, that's for sure. He's got 3 pace bowlers, a little overcast the conditions, so maybe Mohammad Amir, Shafiul Islam and Taskin Ahmed will be called upon first to take the new ball, as I welcome Pat Simcox alongside me.
Good afternoon, Shamim, and greetings to all the viewers around the world. 112 needed in 120 balls in a T20 on a good pitch. You'd fancy the Rangpur Riders would be licking their lips at this. Johar Islam, opening batter, going to face some spin, I fancy, early on. But it was disappointing from the Vikings. They're a better side than that. They stuttered along. They had a decent start and lost their way in the middle overs, then started getting crazy with some shot play, and just suddenly it just fell apart and there was nothing at the end there. So now the poor bowlers have got to really almost do magical things. Sakar is talented.
Come on, name.
So the run chase will begin. They've got to be hoping in some way to get them behind.
Time for a fresh innings with Centre Fresh Chewing Gum.
Islam into the attack.
A bit of a surprise for me with having 3 pacers in your team, but that might have been dictated by the fact that there was a lot of wickets that the spinners took, particularly a couple from Shakib Al Hasan. But different thinking when it comes to this format of the game. Particularly these days, you see a lot of teams opening the bowling with spinners. Want to open the count for the team.
I'm interested to see what kind of approach the Rangpur Riders are going to take, Shamin. Are they going to dominate? Are they going to try and dominate? Are they going to try and force the pace early in the first 6? Get themselves in a position where the rate's not an issue?
Well, this gentleman here, Shomo Shaka, will feel that he's missed out on a lot of occasions. He got starts in the match, in the first game against Chittagong, couldn't convert, 17 against Borishal, 18, 7, not good enough. He's a better batsman than those figures suggest. And I think to answer your question, at least from one end, he should be just taking it easy. Just ease into the innings, do not take any untoward risks, and let the other guy at the other end do the scoring.
Problem is, he may argue that the pitches they've played on in Dakar were really tough to bat on. Low-scoring matches that spun and were difficult to rotate the strike on, the slowness. So he may feel that 20s and 30s was kind of okay.
Well, there were batsmen scoring a lot more runs than that. They managed to just work out the nature of the Dhaka wicket. But a man, what I'm worried about is a man of his caliber who's done so well for the national team in the recent past. A very classy batsman. He's the one who should not have missed out. He should have been better at assessing the scenario and accordingly adjust his game. Seemed to be, once he got bogged down, he seemed to be trying to hit his way out of trouble, taking unnecessary risks instead of waiting for and looking at the merit of the ball. But he knows he's only got 100. His team has only got 112 to achieve. But that's not going to put any kind of pressure on either of Zohar Islam or Shomo Shaka for that matter, and ease into it. Also got a lot of points underneath the belt, and net run rate is not going to be too much concern.
You see already there the pace off the ball. It's, you can see the anxiousness. Does he go over the top? What's his role here?
Content. That's the right way of going about it. Good.
আবার কি করলা?
ডাবল প্রবলেম রে। দর্জি যেতে ভুলে গেছি, সিরিয়ালের সময় খেলা দেখেছি।
এই যে ডাবল প্রবলেমের ডাবল সলিউশন, আলপেনলিবে ডাবলি।
নতুন আলপেনলিবে ডাবলি, রিচ কফি আর স্মুথ ক্রিমের ডাবল লেয়ার। আলপেনলিবে ডাবলি, হৃদয়ের বাঁধনে বাঁধে। আলপেনলিবে।
ব্যালেন্স শেষ, চায়ের চুমুক দে ব্যালেন্স চলে আসবে।
এখন ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর বেস্টলেস 400 গ্রাম প্যাকে 10 থেকে 50 টাকা পর্যন্ত মোবাইল রিচার্জ ফ্রি। এছাড়া 200 গ্রামের প্রতি প্যাকে 5 টাকা ছাড়। চা মানে লাইফটা ভরপুর, চা মানে ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর।
ব্যাটারির এই ঝামেলা চান না যারা, তাদের জন্য সিল মেইনটেনেন্স ফ্রি গ্লো ব্যাগ, যা দীর্ঘস্থায়ী এবং এতে পানি দিতে হয় না কখনোই।
Glow back, the drive within.
স্যান্ডেলিনা স্যান্ডেল সোপ, রূপচর্চায় আভিজাত্য।
স্বাস্থ্যসম্মত বান সাথে সুস্বাদু স্ট্রবেরি ক্রিম, এই দুইয়ের অপূর্ব সমন্বয়। অল টাইম স্ট্রবেরি বান, অল টাইম বান, ছোট খিদে বড় সমাধান।
Right on the money. Good stuff to start off with. Gives you the confidence as a bowler.
So far in the BPL, we've got 8 wickets. Look at the average. 4 for 30. I've got a gut feeling here, Shameem, and many of the viewers are watching this. I've got a feeling that this game's going to be closer than what we think. When you look at 111, you think, oh, they should get it. I've got this feeling it's going to drag out a little bit and be close.
Beauty. Got him in half. Goodness. Seemed to nip off the wicket and jack back. What a superb delivery. Batsman didn't have a clue. Fortunate still to be there.
Great seam presentation. Came back in at him. Man, that's a good delivery. Perfect length. Now, when you see that, you get excited. You think, well, he can knock over 4 as easy as look at it.
Strikes it, but not middling, and he's got himself a run. But he won't feel too comfortable. Maybe he'll feel comfortable going to the safety of the non-striker's end, because the balls Amir is dishing out at the moment. Better watch out.
Left-hander gets onto strike now, and he's got a lovely shape away from the left-hander. He's able to hold it up. So the LBW comes into play. He's got a slip in place as well. It's the attacking catcher. It's the right area. It's going to be a handful here.
Slip, backward point, cover, and mid-off on the offside, mid-on. Mid-wicket, rather square, well, straight rather, and at fine leg there's a fielder on a deep mid-wicket. Ah, that's the one you're talking about, Siva. Almost got him. Just shaped away from the left-hander.
Beautiful, beautiful delivery. Danny Morrison would be all over that ball like you can't believe. He'd appreciate it as a fast bowler. The seam was just perfect. It bounced, it then seamed away. It had everything.
Sure did. And that just back of a length also puts a seed of doubt in Shomo Shaka's mind. It's looking nervy. He's got a hold of that. He's got underneath that one. It's cleared the infield. It's just going to fall short of the fielder coming round from deep mid-wicket. An element of risk, but he got away with it.
Yeah, well, that's the danger. He's got to be careful. There's a little bit of swing, so if he starts at leg stump and it doesn't swing, he's easy pickings through the onside. I think that's what Ramashekhar is looking for. Start at leg stump. He's got to start at off stump, make him play towards the offside. You often see that, and you start it a little bit straight and it doesn't swing.
He's driven that. But that's stopped very well. That's it. You've got to give support.
শীতকাল 25% পর্যন্ত কোমলতা কেড়ে নিয়ে ত্বককে রুক্ষ করে দেয়, তাই যে কোনো আঁচড়েই হয়ে যায় দাগ। ভ্যাসলিন ডিপ রিস্টোর মাইক্রো ড্রপলেটের সাথে রুক্ষ ত্বককে ময়শ্চারাইজ করার মাধ্যমে সুস্থ করে। আজই স্ক্র্যাচ টেস্ট করে দেখো। এই হলো ভ্যাসলিনের ত্বক সুস্থ করার শক্তি।
বম্বে সুইটসের মিস্টার টুইস্ট টমেটো ও পাপরিকা ফ্লেভারে দারুণ টেস্টি পটেটো স্ন্যাক্স।
ভাগ্যিস মিস্টার টুইস্ট ছিল।
মিস্টার টুইস্ট দারুণ টুইস্টার।
কোয়ালিটি মানে বোম্বে সুইটস।
কিরে বেকার বসে টিপ পাচ্ছিস? ডিম না পেরে ক্লিক কর।
আজই হাজারো চাকরির অফার। ফ্রি বিক্রয় অ্যাপ ডাউনলোড করে বা আজই বিক্রয়.com ভিজিট করে চাকরির আবেদন।
A mix of pace and spin. Naeem Islam as a bowler, very handy. Shomo Sarkar has been in the circuits, but Naeem has been in the domestic circuit and international circuit longer than him, so he knows how to just adjust to the requirements. Keeps it tight, flowing drive, and that's going to reach the boundary. He made it look very, very easy.
Yeah, he lobbed it up there, and it was just too full. Bounced on this. See, it was a genuine half volley. All he had to do was just make sure he placed it. That'll release a lot of pressure. Got to get it back now as the bowler. Got to get back into that length. Bounce and turn.
You don't have to be innovative, just regular shots is what's required. And then a little dab away with soft hands. That's good cricket from Shomo Sarkar. Read that, Patrick.
Well, it says that I make a heck of a noise the whole day next to that bloke blowing the instrument there.
That's the Pied Piper is traveled all the way from Mirpur to the Zohar Ahmad Chaudhary Stadium here. And prior to that, we saw the dole, which is a drum, obviously, you saw that. And that's just held the line, the ball, and all he had to do is roll his wrist on that one, Zohar, and put it away backward of square. 4 runs.
I hit it over mid-wicket, I think, initially. Intentions are clear. Going to take some risks now. The first 2 overs, they had a look. You could see that, unless you took risks, you were never going to get off straight. So suddenly the 4, and then another boundary and a single. 9 off the over so far.
Seen some evidence of good backing up in the field. It's imperative that they're agile on the field. They sense the ball coming to them, make room early on. Down the leg side, this is not good from Naeem Islam. Prided himself with a good first over, but thrown it away in this.
Yep, 10 off it, one's to come still. Context of the game, it's 10%. Score in 1 over. Down the ground, now has he got enough on it? There's a man back. It's gone all the way for 6. He took him on.
দুরন্ত বাইসাইকেল উড়ে চলো দুরন্ত গতিতে।
প্রতিদিন এভাবে হাজারো মানুষের খুশির সীমা ছাড়াচ্ছে স্বর্ণের ছোঁয়ায়। রবির 39 টাকার গোল্ডেন রিচার্জ অফারে প্রতিদিন প্রতি ঘন্টায় প্রথম 2 জন রিচার্জ করে পাচ্ছেন নিশ্চিত গোল্ড কয়েন। মাত্র 39 টাকার রিচার্জে আজই সুযোগ নিন। রবি।
কিরে বেকার বসে টিপ পাচ্ছিস? ডিম না পেরে ক্লিক কর।
আজই হাজারো চাকরির অফার। ফ্রি বিক্রয় অ্যাপ ডাউনলোড করে বা আজই বিক্রয়.com ভিজিট করে চাকরির আবেদন করুন মুহূর্তে। বিক্রয়.com বাংলাদেশের সবচেয়ে
Ahmed Amir keeps on bowling those wicket-to-wicket deliveries.
Gee, it was a big over, this. The last shot, he took on the man on the boundary. In the beginning, I thought he might have mishit it, but it was close. You're talking about 1.5 meters there. But it worked out for him. Fortune favours the brave.
Sure does. Umar Akmal made some ground to get to it, but it was evading him all the time. That's pulled away. Oh, despairing effort. Could have done better, I think, with that effort.
I don't know. Shamimi hit it well. He hit it hard, man. He hit it powerfully. He's fallen badly as well. It fell on his arm. Islam's fallen hard. Now look, he middles it. It goes like a rocket.
No, I think he made a good effort, Shafiul Islam there, and he might have hurt his right hand, his bowling arm. There he goes. Initially, I thought he was slow taking off for that ball, but he did do well. Holding his right shoulder. That's not good.
Yeah, it can happen. I've seen this before. Rotator cuff. Got to be careful of that. Very careful. Ends up being an operation. Got to be very careful when you're diving like that.
Well, you forgot about your physical sort of things when you go for a ball. Your initial target is focus on that ball, try to get it. Same time, in the back of your mind, you must tell yourself, I should not make an effort which might hurt me, Shafiul Islam. Hopefully, there's nothing out of the socket and it's just a minor injury.
He looks like he's got a bit of mobility there. Probably just needs to ice it now. Stretched it probably.
He's flexing it comfortably, I think. Hopefully for his sake. It's nothing serious and he can come back. He needs to bowl. Nothing much from her team to make them dance up and down, but the camera does the work, which the players have been able to create in the ground here. One side of it, jam-packed. People coming in with a lot of expectation from the local team. Chittagong Vikings not being able to deliver. Now, they've had a big over the last one, and it's sensible now that they pay respect to the good deliveries, particularly from Mohammad Amir. Isn't that a wonderful sight? They've gone quiet, understandably so, because the local boys are not delivering the goods. Closer for Shomo Shakar to try and attempt to flick it away. Again, the pace not really read well by Shomo. Even he knew that he had the batsman at a spot of bother.
Now the swing seems to be gone now. Pretty quickly. Right-left combination doesn't make it easy for the bowler. Last over, the big one really released the pressure.
He's keeping it tight. I suppose the intention is not to allow the batsmen to free their arms. But I think they need wickets to peg back the scoring rates. They will go ... for a couple of balls. Once a loose one comes around, they're going to pounce on it. Try and get an angle to that delivery. And there's a slip waiting for Zahrul Islam. If you can get a little bit of a nibble to it.
They need wickets. There's no ways that they see this game through to a win without wickets. So it's just the way it is. Chasing this low score, should get home if they just don't get bowled out. 4 over.
ছবি থেকে পছন্দের রং পিক করুন আর ম্যাজিক দেখুন আঙুলের ছোঁয়ায়। ডাউনলোড করুন গুগল প্লে থেকে বার্জার মোবাইল অ্যাপ কালার্স অফ হ্যাপিনেস।
আজ নয় কাল নয়, বেঁচে থাকো আজীবন, বেঁচে থাকো স্বাগতম তুমি বেঁচে থাকো